Yo, my friends, welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming and Tech Reviews. I'm Andrew, and today we're going to be checking out Wreckreation. So I tried to record my voice while I was playing this game, but it was crazy. It was crazy, but this was a pretty freaking wild run. So I decided, look, man, I want to do this. So let me go over this. This here is the Ford Mustang that I'm essentially driving right now. And what we're going to do is we're going to check out my freaking creation. This is Froggy's creation. This is like the ultimate drift course. This is crazy. So we're getting up here on the ramp. And then we are going to take a look at this. I want to just kind of show you up over here on the left and stuff, let you guys kind of see this. It's massive. This track is massive. It takes almost 15 freaking minutes to drive it. So we're going to start off on the straightaway right now. We're going to keep going and going. We're just kind of catching up some speed. You don't want to start using your boost right here yet. Still trying to tweak a little bit of this track. I've only driven it a couple of times now to try to get a feel for it. But here we go off onto the first little hairpin, and then we're gonna head straight. And then as you can see, like all of that over into the left, yes, I built all of that. And as you can see, look, ultra wide support day one, native resolution, just flying around here. We're actually running on the 9070 XT. And look at this, man, we're drifting straight up this freaking, yeah, this is crazy. So this is pretty much what I put on it, is a lot of like drift type area, so that you can like drift up and then you got to switch and start drifting left. I felt like, okay, so I've driven this a couple times now after it's been fully finished. Every time I load into the game, it actually starts me out right at my creation. So I'm like, dude, that's badass. I like that. Even if I finish, it brings me all the way back to the beginning of my course. And as you can see, I like built right into the side of the mountain. I want to make it a lot more like, I want to add some more stuff to this, but first I wanted to at least lay my track. So this is what I've gotten so far. I do need to alter a couple parts in here, but man, this is fun. And like toward the end of this video, you're gonna see this. This was crazy. I'm surprised I made this. But as you can see, like my little boost bar right there is only like one tire mark. As you can see over here on the left-hand corner, you've got this WP that's like adding up. As I'm drifting, I'm getting my drift total and stuff. Well, once your WP hits 20K, you get another tire track. So that will extend the level of your boost. And the way the handling and stuff on this feels, it's pretty dang good, to the point where you can essentially boost throughout your whole drifts. And so look at these little chicanes that I built in here, like this little windy area right here. It was pretty cool. You don't lose your WP if you run into a wall, but if you stop for too long, if you're not tricking or doing something, then you will lose that WP pretty quickly. So jumps, drifting, stuff like that, driving on the wrong side of the road type deal usually helps give you that and stuff. But yeah, this is wild, man. Like I built this and I was like, are you freaking kidding me, man? This is so freaking cool. It works really well because of the car physics. The car physics really make this game a lot more intense, to be completely honest with you. At first I was like, gosh, this is just another freaking open world racing game. And then I started getting into this, because don't get me wrong, like what's there, if you just played this game single player and you didn't get into the whole build menu or anything like that, you're looking at something similar to like Burnout Paradise, which isn't bad. Like Burnout Paradise was absolutely incredible. I think that was the second freaking 360 game I got back when I got a 360, and I was like, dang, dude, the crashes and everything just looks so incredible on that game. So there's a lot of DNA in Burnout, man. Like those are the guys that built Burnout. This is the same team. Like this is cool. I didn't even know that when I got the review key for this. I was like, gosh dang, man. And like when I was looking at it, I was like, gosh, that feels a lot like Burnout. Which is fine. So look at this. Now we're going to be coming around these wind turbines and stuff, dude. This is so freaking cool how I weaved it in there. You have full control over your weather. You have full control over day and night. You have full control over everything. This is the part that I need to alter because look, I got my 20,000 and got my extra chunk, but you got to go over this mound to get back onto like where you can actually score points. And by the time that happens, you are at a point where you can't keep your thing growing. But now from this point on, you can. And that's essentially what we tried to do through here. I wanted to try to make this track so that you could keep gaining WP the whole time. And yeah, that one part is kind of messed up. So I need to go back and alter that, figure out how to link those together and make it kind of cool. I kind of want to come down and then go right back up because that's what I've got over here. You can see all this other stuff that I've got built, man. Like, holy crud, this track is so long, but you got some really good drift angle in here. You got some really good freaking, you know, this car is not like maybe not the best for drifting, but it does have a lot of torque and a lot of power, so you can hold these like slower drift, you know, like you can just hold that sustained drift when you're going up these freaking drift cyclones that I built. I guess I'll just call them cyclones. And see, as you start getting over here, you see like these right here that, yeah, you just freaking full boost and drift all the way around these things, man. So incredible how good that is. But I'm not even joking, dude. My arm is so tired right now from holding these buttons the whole time. I was just like, gosh, dang. It was crazy, absolute freaking madness to do this. But it looks so incredible, man. Like I'm really happy with the visual quality, especially on the stuff you build. It looks incredible. Like I was like, damn, this looks good. But when you get down into the world and stuff, you're like, I don't really know about this too much. Like I haven't played enough to open up a whole bunch of different things. But as I continue to play and open up more stuff, then I can add more things to my Froggy's course of my little Froggy's crazy course, man. This is pretty freaking wild, my friends. Pretty freaking wild. I love this game. Sitting here, like watching myself, like watching my replay and stuff. It's cool, you know, because now I can see like where I was messing up, and you know, if you go a little bit wide and then you start turning in, you can kind of correct yourself and get like a better angle and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Like you can really hold these stunts pretty well on this game. It actually does a pretty decent job at doing that. Nice little turns to trick you out. I had some ones that when you're going up, you got to kind of slow down too. Now we're going to be going through the wind turbines, man. That's crazy that I built that one there. I'm going to leave that just like that. And then this other one right here, I was trying to get them as close to them as possible to kind of like weave into them to kind of make it look very scenic and stuff. But playing this, like actually like building this and then going back and playing it, I was like, gosh damn, it like makes you really want to create these tracks and just build and build and build. I'm like, wow, this is freaking cool. I just got like these massive structures and like you just lay the piece and boom, it builds all the scaffolding and framing and everything. I was like, damn, that's cool. Gosh dang it, I crashed. I think I made these straightaways a little bit too long, but nope, we got another 20K, so that see how we got 3 bars now, a full boost. Now it's like a lot easier to like hang on to that. But even crashing like that, a massive crash didn't stop me from gaining WP. It's only when you actually stop doing and your bar turns red. If that bar disappears, then you got to start all over. But we were able to hang on to this now. But look at this like tight drifting around here, man. It was so satisfying. That's satisfying. A very satisfying experience to play this. I just wish my mic would have been working because I was like, dang, man. I was like, my hand was starting to hurt about right this point right here, and I still have a lot to go because we're only at like 9 minutes. Almost 5 whole minutes of just straight drifting with like your fingers holding the drift button and the freaking boost at the same time. Like the sense of speed in this car when you're boosting and drifting, it's like it's literally it's almost slow enough to where if you tap the controller too much, you'll crash real easy. But it's almost and it's just fast enough to like keep you moving at a decent pace to where you can kind of you know, see what the car's doing and stuff like that and feel. It does have some pretty good. It does have some pretty good like force feedback, not force feedback, but rumble and stuff like that in the controller. You know, at least it kind of lets you know what you're doing and where you're at and stuff. So that is pretty good. You got some good tactile feedback, you know, from the controller. And I'm using the Nacon X Revolution Pro or Nacon X Unlimited, Nacon Revolution X Unlimited. Really cool controller, Hall effect joysticks and triggers, so you can get like that really fine motor feel out of your fingers and stuff. The trigger vibration works pretty good too. Oh man, is this the long one? This is the long one, guys. Oh man, I built this thing super high. I was like, damn, I was just, you know, like, damn, I want to see what it can do, you know, because I built like the first part of the track and then I built onto it, you know. I think I built up to that first wind turbine and then I went, and then I was like, all right, I want to drive this. So I drove that part. And then when I got to there, I was like, damn, I love that. So then I just started going wild with the freaking up and down, you know, like, drifting up and drifting down on these spiral towers that I built. And I was like, gosh dang, that is fun. That is wicked. But whew, man, I don't know if I could do it like over and over and over again, because that really does make your hand hurt. Look how close I was getting to this rail, man. Whew, man. We're at 40,000 WP right now, man. We're just climbing. Let me see if I actually got sound on this. Actually, it didn't even record any of my sound. What the actual? That is so annoying. That sucks, man. I don't have any sound on this. I should have not even plugged in them stupid freaking headphones and tried. I should have just used my microphone to record at the same time while I was playing. But I was trying to get these microphones to work on the headset while recording a video, and I couldn't do it for some reason. And so it's kind of annoying, man. But here we are. Yeah, look at that. Just incredible. Just simply incredible. I don't know why it's still freaking... Oh. Yeah, look at this. 2 more rings, man. 2 more freaking rings. And then we will be done ski. Almost 15 minutes to drive this course. That's wild. That is wild. It's hard to sit here and like re-talk through something that you've already done, but you guys need the sound, and sound is something we don't have on this, and that really, really sucks. Whew, I don't even know how I messed that up, but I did. Especially on this straightaway, you can't mess up. You have to be able to freaking... I lost my WP, but we had 50 and we gained 4 whole tire marks. When we got that 50, we were up to 4. Yeah, baby. See if I could turn on the... Yeah, the sound is on. Here we go. One more. Boom. Another jump. See, you can get jumped too. You can open your doors and that will give you like trick points, but then they blow off if you hit the ground with them open. That sucks, and then you can't use those for air brake anymore. But there you go, my friends. If you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.